a little bit more from Spain. So, Spain. Then lots of other stuff happened, but I want to come in under 180 pages under Columbus. Did I make it? Oh yeah, just about. And the Columbus stuff goes on a bit, so let's skip to that. Is the title of this chapter. Christopher Columbus. One of the most famous people in Spain's history is Christopher Columbus, who was Italian. He was an explorer, navigator and colonizer, although not many of his crew wanted him near their coasts. He completed 4 voyages across the Atlantic Ocean, as did his boats, which got there first by about 25 feet. During his first voyage in 1492, he reached the New World, instead of arriving in Japan as he had intended, which really pissed off his crew, who had been promised sushi and kabuki theatre in lieu of wages. He landed on an island in the Bahamas archipelago that he named San Salvador. San Salvador, by the way, is 12,553 kilometres away from Japan. What a navigator! Over the course of 3 more voyages, he visited the Greater and Lesser Antilles, the Mediocre Antilles, and the has-promised-could-do-better Antilles, as well as the Caribbean coast of Venezuela and Central America, claiming all of it for the Crown of Castile and offering them Cleethorpes in return. Columbus was not the first European explorer to reach the Americas, having been preceded by the 11th century Viking expedition led by Leif Erikson, who nicked the lead off the roof and became known as Tea Leaf Erikson. However, Columbus's voyages led to the first lasting European contact with the Americas, inaugurating a period of exploration, conquest and colonization that lasted several centuries. And yet, for some reason, the natives still weren't grateful. Columbus spearheaded the transatlantic slave trade and has been accused by several historians of initiating the genocide of the Hispaniola natives. Maybe that's why. Columbus had presented plans of a voyage to reach the Indies by sailing west across the ocean sea, i.e. the Atlantic, to the king and rulers of Portugal, Genoa, Venice, Britain and Lowestoft, but was turned down by them all. "You'll regret this," he told them. "Why? I've shot in one of your pot plants and you'll never find it." "Not with you navigating," they laughed in return. On the 1st of May 1486, permission having been granted for an audience with monarchs Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella I of Castile, although it was one all at half time, Columbus presented his plans to Queen Isabella, who, in return, referred it to a committee, who fell about in hysterics. Like their counterparts in Portugal, they replied that Columbus had grossly underestimated the distance to Asia, and that it had taken him 7 weeks just to pop down the shops for a pint of milk. They pronounced the idea impractical and advised their Royal Highnesses to pass on the proposed venture and concentrate instead on the space program. Columbus threatened to take his ideas elsewhere, and his BO too. "I didn't come all this way just to be laughed at," he complained, so they gave him a good kicking as well, just to make it worth his while. However, at a private audience with Queen Isabella, Columbus showed her the size of his sextant, and she had a change of heart, and underwear too. He was given an annual allowance of 12,000 maravedis, I don't know how that's pronounced, on the condition he never spent any of it. And in 1489, the monarchs furnished him with a letter ordering all cities and towns under their domain to provide him food and lodging at no cost. "This bastard's too mean to pay for anything. Send us his tab and make sure you put extra starch in his underpants," the letter read. Columbus lobbied at the Spanish court for over 2 years, then decided to lob beds at it. That one works better on paper. Finally, in the April 1492 capitulations of Santa Fe, King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella promised Columbus that they would fund his journey. Anything to make you piss off. Where did I get to? He was told that if he succeeded in his quest, he would be given the rank of Admiral of the Ocean Sea and appointed Viceroy and Governor of all the new lands he could claim for Spain, and that he would be entitled to 10% of all the revenues from the new lands in perpetuity. Unfortunately, he never discovered anywhere called perpetuity, so he got naff all. At 8 o'clock in the morning on the 3rd of August 1492, Columbus and his crew departed from Castilian Palos de la Frontera and embarked on a voyage to find a shorter route to India and the Orient. They returned the next day, shagged out and soaking wet. We need some chips, said Columbus. 2 days later, they were back again. We need some lubricant, said Columbus. 2 days later, they were back again. I forgot my lucky teddy, said Columbus. I thought I got out of it, muttered Teddy to himself. Then they all set sail with 3 medium-sized ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Columbus having renamed them from their original names of the Doomed, the Extremely Sinkable, and the Never Going to Be Seen Again, No Siree. Okay, I think that's enough for this clip, so let's just turn it off and see what the book looks like. There you go. There, whoever thought that would be the cover?